Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Gautami, and I'm from IESA team. Thank you for all, for joining and registering for this webinar. So, this is an interesting webinar again, hosted by IESA in support with ICC, that is India Chemical Council, of course, with the One Systems Technologies. The speaker is from One Systems Technologies. You might have already seen the webinar is on chemical purification process for semiconductor grade companies. So this is going to be a very important topic for all the semiconductor companies or for the companies who are involved with the chemical purification, right? So today I take an opportunity to thank our speaker first of all for accepting our invite and able to present his presentation about the chemical purification. And let me introduce Jimmy Horn. So he is actually, from One Systems. He is a business development director, and he has 20 years of experience in semiconductor industry. Prior to One Systems, he was with uh, Lincoln and then so he has a good background in the semiconductor industry, especially with the chemical purification. So I think we have a great expert on this topic, and I request all of you to, post your questions like in the last 15 minutes because last 15 minutes is going to be a Q&A. So over to you, Mr. Jimmy Han.
Good afternoon. This is Jimmy from One System. This is Jimmy from the One System Technology in Singapore. Uh, Before we'd like to introduce the chemical purification. Shortly, we'd like to introduce our company. Our company One System as the in Singapore, and we have the all the employee more than 160, and we have the more than 60 customers. Actually, we are providing the all the M&E service engineering, including the scrubber, water treatment system, chemical supply system, and the piping hookup work, the smart factory solution, also automated storage retrieval system. Before we start the solvent purification, I wanted to turn on the video about our partner, Doksan in Korea.
Jimmy, like there is no audio actually. So do you want me to share that for you?
Sorry?
There's no audio coming out of the video. Do you want me to actually play that video for you? Do you mind?
It's okay.
Okay.
I think some audio problem.
ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. Okay. So we'll try playing it and probably take over with the presentation, Mr. Jimmy. Is it okay? I think there's
So
some
you,
audio which, yeah.
so I think the many people cannot hear audio problem.
I'm not very sure. I'll just check so that you can just take over the presentation. We'll try to play it in the end.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Okay, I will do the presentation first. Then after the presentation, the video will turn on again. For solvent chemical purification, there is two way. The first is from the waste solvents, low purity solvent, and second one is the industrial grade organic solvent. So after distillation, to upgrade ultra high purity solvent for electronics and other industries. For plant engineering, the key point is multi-purpose plant, securing flexible production facilities and technology for peace in various conditions. Also keeping high quality plant, assuring the best quality through azeotropic distillation and vacuum distillation. Also, the important thing is that instruction of operational skill. In thus instructing the operational skill to maintain quality, helping customers secure quality comparative needs. The applicable area is high purity organic solvents, PR thinners, stripers, specialty chemicals, waste organic solvent, and waste oil. Other products from the separation process using distillation. This is the first year in the world project recycling of the chemicals from a semiconductor plant in China. The purification process for semiconductor grade product, the first step is filtration and pre-treatment. Raw materials is processed in a pre-treatment tank where auxiliary agents are added as needed. The second step is first and second distillation towers. That means the low boring, high boring, and metallic impurities are effectively removed through the first and second distillation towers. Next step is low metal filtration and fine filtration. Trace metal ions and particles are removed using a low metal filtration system and 0.05 micrometer fine filters. And final stage is packing, high purity storage and clean packing. The high purity product is sealed in a nitrogen pouch storage tank and safely filled and packed in a clean room. The next purification process for battery industry MNP product is collection of waste NMP, pre-treatment, filtration first stage, preheating and heating. First distillation column, second distillation column, condensation, cooling, filtration, packing. This is just simple, the basic block diagram. So feeding the raw materials, apple separator, pre-column, product column, then we can get to the final products. This is the examples of a distillation plant, how it looks like in the Korean project and China. So we cooperate with the Doksan and exporting recycled organic solvents and purification technology of distillation tower and sales expansion of recycled products. So provide the technology required for the waste recycling and purification facility to developing countries throughout the world. This is the chemicals we distillated and then supplied to the semiconductors, display, and LCD and thermal grade, like the HBM, PGMA, the IP, NMP, the many chemicals we purified and supplied to semiconductors in Korea and China. Doxan's distillation technology assures the purity of 99%, 99% or higher. The reading was best quality. So we invest in the R&D for distillation tower design technology. The technology of refining various types of solvents with one purification facility. Also, research in the operational scale to mass product futuristic materials of high quality. They mean the operational scale of the distillation tower. Also, removing the impurities and saving costs through the pretreatment, material processing. Also, quality insurance, research in a perfect control over the purity, odor, and color density of a refined product and the metal particles of electron reagent. Finally, we developed a product of high quality for semiconductor and LCD process, the electronic reagent. The purification technology applied for electronic reagent for semiconductor and LCD. We providing the product required in a sector of operations chemically through the responding the technological change in the chemical industry and developing resources recycling technology. They mean for fine chemistry. For medicine and reagent, we are providing the domestic pharmaceutical companies with resource recycled products of high quality through the successful recycling of synthetic materials. Also, we optimize the solvent used for the manufacturing process of the secondary batteries and solar cell industry. The Doksan has the 11 distillation towers in Korea. For multiple tower system can be handled continuous processing of a single towers. So this is the customers in Korea. We purify their chemicals and supply the most of the semiconductors in Korea, like Samsung, SK, SDI, also JW Pharmaceutical. The For tower construction, the distillation tower construction, we provided to all the turnkey system to Dongguo Final Chemical, Dow, and two China companies. Okay. So can you turn on the video or I turn on the video?
Um, you can start actually sharing because I don't know what is the problem. It played for half and then stopped for the other half. Can you
Okay.
start trying from your end? Yeah.
I will try.
No, not able to hear.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, 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 we are not able to hear.
No sound.
Let no sound. Okay, let me also try it from my end. I don't know what is the problem with the video. Just carry on with your presentation, Mr. Jameen. Probably there is some issue with the audio in the video.
Sorry.
You can carry on with your presentation because there's some audio issue in the video.
Because
We
my
will send.
presentation already finished.
Okay, you wanted to showcase the video for everybody.
Yes, right.
Okay, maybe we can start posting this or probably send a email about this because I tried doing it from my end also. I don't know what is the issue. People are saying that they can't hear.
Stop at just refining, because the purity we get is more than that of original regular products. The refining needs for reagents used in electronics industries such as for semiconductors and displays and for various solvents used in pharmaceuticals, precision chemistry, solar energy, and secondary battery industries are in line with the company's future competitiveness. Duxon, a refining specialized company, implements the world's best technology for it. Duxon has accumulated over 25 years of refining experience on about 1,000 items, proving that the quality of the product is determined by its refining technology and capabilities, not the difference in raw materials. The ultra-purity organic solvents refined by Duxon are being used today in cutting-edge electrical, electronic, and semiconductor fields. Duxon has succeeded in recycling solar voltaic process DEG for the first time in the world and produces ultra-high purity quality that outperforms that of regular products in relation to refining industrial raw materials used in semiconductor and LCD processes, high purity thinner for electronics, stripping agents for secondary battery processes, wafer cutting fluids for solar voltaic processes, and pharmaceutical synthetic solvents. We've been building all of our refining facilities based on our own design. We also carry out plant engineering business. Multi-feed in one column, which does not require each individual facility depending on the input material. In general organic solvents, all semiconductor-grade feed can be purified in one column, enabling flexible operation. Let's take a look at the column that Duxon is building in the second half of 2020. Raw materials are stored in the raw material tank after incoming quality analysis. Raw materials in the storage tank are transferred from the tank to the reboiler and heated, and impurities are removed from the refinery using the difference in boiling point. High-purity products manufactured through the refining process are supplied to the customer via drum packaging or a dedicated ISO tank after the final shipment inspection through the filtering process. By completely eliminating the stain problem during the solar wafer slicing process, we have achieved the world's first DEG refining in the solar energy sector, and this customer has reduced the cost by about 24 billion won a year. Another company with a recovery rate of 72% was able to achieve a 95% recovery rate when applying our technology, achieving a 20% cost reduction and even filing for a proprietary patent. These achievements show our commitment to environmental conservation. The technology to protect the environment by refining organic solvents that can remain harmful to the environment, and various certifications and awards represent Duxon's commitment to protecting the environment. For continuous column, 6-batch column, 160 tons of daily processing capacity, several tons of storage facilities, 14 pieces of transport equipment, QC test equipment, R&D test equipment, and the dedicated ultra-purity refining plant to be newly built in 2020. Including Ansung and Dongjin, Korea, and Jian and Zhuzhou, China, Duxon is building global sites and is moving forward to implement the world's best refining technology. We are not satisfied with the quality standards so far. For quality that no one has ever experienced, Duxon presents a new standard. Quality Frontier, Duxon.
I think now you can start posting your questions in the chat box.
Yes, the Doksan is the actually in Korea the many chemical companies can distillate the upgrade the chemicals to semicon, but they don't provide the facility service. So only Doksan providing the distillation tower and then hold the plant.
So there are some questions. Probably you can see the
Okay.
chat box. Do you want me to read it for you?
Are you
What is the
working
input
in India and
quality?
looking for association?
Uh, I think you can ignore that. Take out the second question. What are the input quality that can be purified for the solvents?
Can you provide this? The input quality doesn't matter. Depending the input quality, we did study the input quality, then develop the process. The how to purification of chemical is the using the distillation tower. They mean the different the boiling point and then some the filtration process. We make the high grade purity chemical based on this is only or resin and or membrane based purification. Our main process based on the distillation, also the membrane. I think it's a no resin and then the membrane based on the purification. Mostly it's the based on the distillation and then the filtration. Okay. Next question is the okay. What was it? Oh, too many. What the input? How to purification? Okay. Membrane. So what are the impurities that have to be controlled to meet the specification of the electronics? Uh, Actually, everything must control for electronic chemicals. What is the pre-treatment? What is the pre-treatment needed? The pre-treatment is the filtration. Explain about vapor slicing. This one is not relating the our technology. Okay. Next is the are you working on purification of solvent mainly or also etching, disposing spirit? So the normally the purify the solvent, the chemical side. Also the can do the etching, disposition, spirit gases. So today main is the chemical purification. So the purification, we have the another solution. So can you explain the how exactly help us the semiconductor solar industry? Okay, we are also the providing the plant engineering to upgrade the upgrade to semicon grade. So we can help you to develop the industrial chemical to upgrade to semicon grade. The next question. Uh, okay, next, do you also work for the purification of acids such as sulfuric acid, HCl from the industry grade to electro? Yes, we can do. The Daksan experience more than the 1,000 chemicals, the distillation. What happens if the boiling points or impurities are near the main products? This is a know-how. So Daksan has the know-how to separate main product and impurities. Can you do distillation for KOH and NOx? Yes, every chemical is the possible. Do you provide the IPA purification pilot plant for 300 amp battery facility, feed input 90% and output 90%? Yes, can. Thank you for wonderful question. Is one maintaining low moisture content as low as 10 ppm in the final finished grade solvent packing IS container. Yes, right. Oh, now is the web seminar. Yep. The, oh, so mm, actually, too many question. Mm, okay, so for solar wafer manufacturing plant. So solar wafer manufacturing plant is we provide the like the chemical purification. So we purify the chemical for solar wafer manufacturing plant. Distillation include distillation is the standard process. What does Doksan have different? Different is the detail. So the today we explain just the normal process for purification. Based on the input, the material quality and impurity, we have the know-how, the detailed process. So this process is depending on the chemical kinds and then the impurity kinds. So based on all the input, we developing and we give the solution. Hi, are you working in India and looking for any collaboration opportunity? Yes, it's uh, we are is setting up the company in India, and also uh, probably we also need a partner for India market. How to identify the chemicals are mixed in the water or some. So we have is the entities now is we cannot explain, but it's the case by case. Our R&D team give the solution. What is the type? What are the materials of construction of the distillation columns and packing in the columns? This one, what are the materials of construction of the distillation? Normally, we design engineering the distillation plant, and then most of the system is the in the module and delivered to the site. What is the typical purity requirement for semiconductor grade silicon? The requirement is the most of the semiconductor they have their own requirement. So this one quite difficult to open because there is the NDA contract. So the semiconductor different, they have the standard for purity requirement. Do you work on accident gas purification? Yes, we work on accident gas purification, but today is for the gas purification. For expired damaged products. Okay. How you is how show example of solvent where input protease and input after you distillation? Please show some example. Solvent where input quality. Okay, normally if the the client side give the chemical to purify the purification, so we provide the samples. So they mean the low grade the chemical condition, and then the from the Korea factory we purify these low materials, and then the make the final graded products. Then it's the you can compare the quality, and we if the purified the final products is approved, we develop the system and then the exactly meet the quality. Which solar or economic company is in? For cell, for solar wafer and cell manufacturing company in Korea and China. So answer to be
I think that's some irrelevant questions. You can just ignore that, Mr. Jimmy. So yeah, I think we are good with the questions. So if there are any more questions, they can always write it to us and we can respond to them over an email. Yeah. Most of the students have joined this webinar. I think you should make use of the webinar by asking the right questions. So, it would be helpful for you also for your future. So instead of posting the names and from which college are you from, right? So I think this webinar also has received like a good number of registrations, Mr. Jimmy, and that's like, because of the interesting topic and maybe, the good expert, right? So yeah, thank you so much for actually doing this for us. And we
so
hope and like conduct more webinars on this chemical purification. I think this is like a one of the important or like this
so Kotami,
in
can
the
you share
recent
my
times.
email address?
Uh, you can do that if you have no issues.
Oh, okay.
I think otherwise, like we'll probably send across an email whenever some questions that comes in, then we will forward it to you. I think that helps, right? Instead
Oh,
of like
yes,
some, yeah. So that we will send it to you some good or like some authenticated questions instead of some spams, right? Yeah, it would be
yeah,
better.
okay.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining, given all the attendees for taking up the time and then joining this webinar. We hope to see you in the future webinars. Please keep seeing the updates from us in our LinkedIn handle. And this webinar will be posted on the YouTube channel as well. You can just, in case if somebody from your team or from your network has missed out, you can always share the link to them. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you.